Okay, so let's go ahead and start this game. Let's watch the opening. Several years earlier. Oh, what's that? That looks familiar. That's right, it's La-Mulana 2. With very exciting music. We have Lumisa Kosugi. Elder Zelpud. With guest appearances from Lameza and his father Shorn. And even Mulbrook. That's right, we're going back for a new adventure. La-Mulana 2, the 0th Body, the 9th Spirit. So yeah, La-Mulana 2 looks a lot nicer than the first La-Mulana, especially the first release of the game. A lot more particle effects. We have widescreen support. Not full widescreen, the way I'm recording it, but, you know, pretty wide. Wait, maybe we can actually get... Well, let's leave it the way it is. I think for this, we'll go ahead and start a new game. So the adventure begins right away. We have a kind of a... I would call this a new mechanic, but there was a little bit of sliding in the first La-Mulana as well, at least the remake. But sliding is much more prominent in this game. Doesn't happen often. I feel like the sound there is a little bit weird. Oh, it's because it's binaural. So here we are entering the village outside of La-Mulana. Sorry, it's the village of departure. Oh. Oh, and we can enter the background. Alright. Well, Elder Zelpud waved to us, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Hey, you made it. I'm Zelpud, Elder of the tourist village of La-Mulana Ruins. We finally managed to turn the La-Mulana Ruins into a tourist spot, and now we've been getting reports of unknown monster sightings, so I sent a letter to your dad, the archaeologist, asking him to come investigate. So, how come he sent his daughter? You can't get a hold of your dad, so you break into archaeology and immediately surpass your dad, huh? What a weird family. Anyway, at the request was for finding out just what is going on in the La-Mulana Ruins, and then taking care of whatever the problem was. If you can handle it yourself, that's fine with me. You must have completed your dad's ninja training by now, right? Apparently the monsters have been coming from the depths of the ruins. With all this danger, nobody's going to want to come here anymore, and we're going to lose all our business. figure out the cause of making sure those monsters never come out again. But with my being such a gentleman and all, I'm gonna do you a favor and help a cute little girl out. Lend me that tablet real quick. This is my very own homegrown messaging software. I'll send you helpful hints and stuff and help out your investigation. When you hear that funky little beep notification, just hit the pause button and check out the tablet. You'll thank me later. And we got Zelputter. You want to hear it again? And that'll be a no from us. So right away, we see that this game features both sprites for the NPCs and also this beautiful artwork. Oh, really? Zelpud with his women and his glass of wine. Quite a player. We can come back and talk to him again. What's up? You want money or something? Here you go. Grab some of this. Zelpud making it rain. Oh, how nice of him. Let's go back again. If you want to take a break, there's an awesome hot spring over to the left. You can use that pimped out tablet outside my house to save your game, too. Just press up in front of the tablet. Let's exit out. And I guess we can honor him. Go ahead and read the message. We have a new messaging interface. It's me. Good morning, La-Mulana. You'll get messages like from me like this one. I can see where you are using your tablet's camera. I'm gonna teach you the ABCs of adventuring. I'm such a gentleman. Try wandering around the above ground for a bit before entering the ruins. It'll be good practice. Don't leave me hanging. Read your messages. Alright. What the hell? I'm not just gonna keep handing out cash, you know. You wanna do some part-time work in my harem? He. No, that's quite alright. Alright, he's not gonna give us any more cash. But we will go ahead and read. Now, I did a little bit of testing this out earlier. I'll just start a new save here. That pimped out looking stone tablet there, that's called a Holy Grail tablet. It can hold memories. What that means is you can save by pressing the up button in front of the tablet. You'd better make sure to read what's written there too. Come on, promise an old man. So, we would love to read the tablet, but we actually can't read it. As you remember in the beginning of La-Mulana, you cannot read anything. So, let's go ahead over here. Hey there, you investigating the ruins? If so, you're definitely going to need a hand scanner for inspecting tablets. Bought one yet? Yeah. If you're going into the ruins, won't you need a map? It's a tourist map of the La-Mulana ruins. Yeah, I'd like one. Here you go. You can't use the map by itself, though. Don't forget to buy the map app at my shop over by the hot springs. So, we're going to want to, of course, buy the hand scanner, and I suppose these characters always had names, but now we know this guy's name is Sidro. Welcome, adventure time, eh? Better stock up. So we'll buy the hand scanner. Thank you kindly. Equip it and hit the item button to inspect with it. It is actually equipped by default. Already out shopping, huh? You can use some of the items by equipping them and pressing the item button. And there's one more out there of the run-of-the-mill hand scanners. The ruins hold key treasures, weird items you gotta put someplace, all kinds of stuff. Bring them to me. I'll tell you what they are. If I can, that is. So, just like in the first game, if we bring the Elder certain things, he will tell us what they are. Here's Motro. And actually, some of these items, they do appear on the table, I guess. And I think if we buy them, they might go away. But yeah, we can buy a gun or a buckler. I guess that's supposed to be just a brochure for a buckler. we don't want that. I mean, I guess we could get it, but, you know, we don't need to. Hey there, you scored a hand scanner, huh? Without that, there isn't much you can do. You can use the hand scanner for stuff like reading tablets and inspecting important-looking stuff you find inside the ruins. As an archaeologist, you gotta be able to read the ancient texts written on the tablets. Also, memos found with skeletons, signs, stuff like that too. There might be other stuff you can inspect with it too. If you find anything that catches your eye, try inspecting it. It's a good idea. So, he's kind of given us a hint. We can inspect the background. Entrance of the La-Mulana ruins. We can jump up and try to, I don't know, scan that. We can scan the background, but of course nothing. I don't think there's anything back here. What is this thing? Ah, that's just the Elder's castle. He's obviously pimped out his tent, but we can read this. This is known as the Holy Grail tablet. It's been in this village for generations. Examine it, whatever that means, and it will bring you back memories of this place. Basically, you can save if you press the up button in front of it. Good to know. Hot spring. Relax, revive, revitalize. And of course there's a shop here with Neber. We saw her before. I don't know if she had a baby the whole time, but there she is. With our money, we can certainly buy the Yagu map reader. It's Yagu map reader. It'll display the maps of the ruins you've found. So one of the things that they've improved in this version of La-Mulana, second edition here, is they made it a little bit easier to get started in the game. They're being kind of hand-holdy, and which is kind of an improvement from the last version. Trying to really tell you how to get started. Have you bought the map app from Neber yet? The app is used to manage your maps, but you gotta collect the maps yourself. The maps of the ruins are hidden in each site. Load apps from the app menu on your tablet. I've already loaded the software for you to read my messages. Make sure to keep my app loaded at all times, okay? So, we also have a slightly improved app screen. We can switch, actually, between different sets of apps, which is a lot more convenient than last time. And the apps also take a lot less memory. We have more apps to choose from, as you can see. What is that, like 24? So there's going to be a little bit more items. A lot more usable items. Just about the same number of weapons and sub-weapons. A lot more general stuff. We also have sigils and garbs. Sigils, we remember those. I think they used to be called something else. But we'll get to garbs a little bit later. Unfortunately, you still can't talk to the townspeople. Hot spring. Seriously? You need a sign to point this out? Here's the hot spring. Revitalizing hot spring. Welcome to the Village of Departure's famed hot spring. Provided by the grace of our forerunners, and Elder Zelpud. P.S. Please take off all of your clothes before getting in. We're not going to obey that, of course. That there is one of my village's famous hot springs. It'll buck you right up. Restores your health, too. Go to town with it, but take your clothes off first. Huh? Hua, 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 hua. Yeah, so in the first version of La-Mulana, there was no hot spring here. There was a very small hot spring added to the corner of this section of the map. And actually, this map has been condensed. There's a full, I think, 2 screens missing between where this tent used to be and where the hot spring is. And that's nice. That's just like a convenience feature. The map didn't have to be that big to begin with. Just to go over to heal. And they made the hot spring a little bit more attractive looking. That big-ass tent on the hill is where Al-Zidana lives. Al-Zidana was one of the 4 philosophers. They headed up the ceiling of La-Mulana, and he was their top guy. Now he's old and lives in peace and quiet. Don't forget to go in and say hi. So previously in this tent, there used to be just some random guy that talked about a giant, but now we've got Elzadana. Oh, what a charming young visitor. I am Elzadana. I'm one of the 4 philosophers who once controlled death itself. Now, as you can see, I just lie in wait for death to come. I've heard about you from the Elder, but there isn't much I can do to help. Phobos and Samaranta, 2 of the younger philosophers, are inside of the ruins. You should pay them a visit. Since you've come all this way to see me, I'll be happy to tell you whatever you'd like to hear about the old days. So, here is now a NPC we can come say hi to. And like Zelpud, he will sometimes give us hints. So we're going to want to come talk to him sometimes. If you go deeper in, there's an altar out past this house. I really like that place. I sort of insisted on living here since it's close by. That altar is used for village festivals and rituals, for example, funerals and such. I've been sleeping down in the ruins for so long, I'm happy to be able to die here, up above ground. And that seems like all he has to say for now. Village altar. The altar used by the villagers. Please maintain respectful silence. And here's the altar. Again, this screen is about 1 screen closer. There used to be a giant monster here, but he's not here anymore, so we can go right up to the altar. No need for that wasted space. In fact, I think that climb is also a bit smaller. A big thing in this game is we have air movement. One of the aspects of La-Mulana is you did not really have that much air control. And you still have some velocity here, but you just have a lot more air control than you used to. That's going to make certain things possible in this game that were not possible in La-Mulana. I think a lot of people sort of didn't like La-Mulana's, mandatory jump velocity. Let's read the sign. Construction ongoing. We're busy repairing the structural collapse of the ruins. Danger. Do not enter. Chief of Construction, Samaranta. And wow. The village elder's statue got a lot bigger since the last time we saw it. A Galana dictionary. Great elder statue. These ruins and the village owe all of their prosperity to the Great Elder. Don't knock or climb on the statue. I really want to knock or climb on it, but I guess we can't do that. So, and oh yeah, we have a nice new thing. There is a mechanic, which are these thin platforms. You will walk a little bit slower. Entrance to the La-Mulana ruins. P.S. Watch your step. And of course, if you jump, you will fall through them. So we're slowly getting introduced to some of the new features of this game. Face mural. There are several face murals by the ruins entrance. They contain mechanisms that make the eyes glow, but this isn't the effect of the current time. The reason for the mural's construction is unclear. Please head downwards. Warning, please do not jump off the edge unless you're a qualified ninja or an archaeologist. Just so happens we're both. We can investigate these heads. They look a little bit different in this game than they used to. Can't really investigate them. And what's this? Split gate. Similar to the Kandi Bentar in Bali Island, but decorated differently. It's thought to have been built to tribute the creator of the La-Mulana ruins, but these claims are unverified. There are also tales that people emerged from here once, but these claims too are unverified. So this is a hint, I think, at, I think there was a puzzle in the original La-Mulana, but I'm not sure. Maybe there's a puzzle here that involves teleporting to that location, or somehow getting there. I don't remember doing that in the most recent version, but... La-Mulana Ruins Dictionary, The Mural of Departure. A mural thought to be depicting the history of the La-Mulana ruins. Though these claims have not been verified, These ruins through the gate on the right are known as the Gate of Guidance. Curiously enough, earlier we saw them talk about the La-Mulana Ruins Dictionary. We don't know what La-Mulana is yet, so that might be an oversight from the developers. Probably should have said the La-Mulana Ruins Dictionary. That there is the ruins of La-Mulana. Back in the day, your dad explored and, well, destroyed the place. Reconstruction is ongoing, but keep going down and you'll get to the Mausoleum of the Giants, where the monsters have been spotted. Don't go anywhere weird and you should be fine. God damn it. I said to investigate the place, not to jack it all up. I'm trying to tourist the place up, you know. So, we no longer have the Mr. Explorer theme. Well, we're not Mr. Explorer. We're Miss Explorer, I guess. Gate of Guidance. This area around the entrance of the La-Mulana ruins is known as the Gate of Guidance. These ruins are split into sections, such as this one, and it has been determined that these sections were created and inhabited by different races. And we can see that this place is, you know, full of scaffolding, is kind of torn to crap. Let's go ahead and climb out here. We actually want to go the other way, because there's a pot up there. Not that, you know, pots are the most important thing in the world, but at this point in the game, we could use some pots. Oh, nothing in it. The other thing you might have noticed is that we can grab ladders midair, and we can also jump off of ladders midair. So those are both new features of La-Mulana 2. That's going to allow us to do a lot of different things that we didn't used to be able to do. The depths of the ruins are pitch black. They were once lit by undying flames, but those flames winked out when the ruins collapsed. Warning, there are bats in the ruins, so we'd appreciate if you'd kill them for us. Let's get a photo up here. Let's see, can we line ourselves up? Okay. Maybe not. But we look like Elder Zelpud. I guess that's pretty good. Alright, we can't investigate this. That's too bad. But this area is setting us up with some weights. Much needed weights. And we know that up there used to be the entrance to Hell. Treasure chest. There are many treasure chests hidden throughout the ruins. You'll need to undo the mechanisms locking them. For example, this chest can be unlocked by placing a weight on the pedestal below. So the Gate of Guidance has been replaced with a proper tutorial. Really trying to get us used to the game. Giving us the shell horn. You get the shell horn? I mean, it's one of the artifacts on display in the ruins, so... Whatever. I'm such a gentleman. I'll give it to you anyway. The shell horn lets you know once you've solved one of the ruins' mysteries, and with the sound that sounds kind of like, mystery solved. Gets stuck in a trap, and it makes it sound like, that's a trap. The first children. So now we're going to get a little bit of a history lesson for the people who maybe didn't beat the game or don't recall. Maybe they never played the first game. The first children. Reconstruction based on surviving records and recovered fossils. A race with snake-like lower bodies. Thought to have resembled the mother more closely than any other. Many aspects of this race are a mystery, and there are few records of them. The second children. A reconstruction of the race known as Giants. This race, which is said to have constructed nearly the entirety of the La-Mulana ruins, is relatively well documented, allowing for detailed reconstructions down to the accessories they wore. There are many statues of praise of the Giants, but it's unclear exactly how giant they were. The third children. Reconstructed based on surviving records and recovered fossils. This race had bird-like wings, protruding from their backs. Analysis of the remains suggests a drastically different physical makeup from modern man, including slender bodies tuned for flight and long limbs. They're distinguished by the long, backwards arcing crest that stems from their heads. The fourth children, reconstructed based on surviving records and recovered fossils. Records note that they had fish bodies, but whether that means they were fish-bodied or humans with fish-like features is unclear. Their recorded history is remarkably sparse, suggesting they were not significantly intelligent. The fifth children, reconstructed based on surviving records and recovered fossils. They had body structure that closely resembled modern man, with evidence suggesting that they were shorter stature. Records detail that they were established some means of creating life itself, pointing towards extreme intelligence. They created the sixth children. The sixth children, spawned by the fifth children's life-creating device, the Tree of Life. They were born by imbuing clay bodies with life, their vast numbers splintered into warring factions. All analysis suggests that they were almost physically indistinguishable from modern man. Reconstruction of La-Mulana peoples. 6 distinct races are thought to have lived in La-Mulana. These races are called the first through sixth children. Their expression children comes from the fact that their mother, La-Mulana, created them. Incidentally, we villagers are the 7th children, and you, our patrons, are the 8th. And so that sets up basically the history of the game. La-Mulana was the ruins. She created the 1st through 6th children. 7 children are the elders, and then humans are the 8th. Construction ongoing. We're busy repairing the structural collapse of the ruins. Danger, do not enter. Chief of Construction, Samaranta. And we can kind of, walk around this place. That would have been the place that goes to the spring in the sky, but obviously, not gonna go there. He told us to go down to the Graveyard of the Giants. So let's go take a look. Archaeology Dictionary, face mural. Bears a striking resemblance to the colossal Olmec head at the La Venta ruins in Mexico. I guess we can't look at that sign either. Valuables. Vases often have coins or weaponry inside. Some vases, such as the one above, are out of immediate reach. Perhaps there were ancient forerunners who could jump their way up. If this was the original La-Mulana, we would not be able to do that. But we've surpassed our dad. So we can jump vertically by turning midair. Archaeology Dictionary, Ancient Mayan Airship, bears a striking resemblance to the Olmec-era artifacts found in Mexico. Looks at once like a decorated flute and a man riding an airship. And there's another thing here. Archaeology Dictionary, A Mechanical God, bears a striking resemblance to the mural discovered in the Olmec-era La Venta ruins in Mexico. Appears to be a human riding a dragon-shaped machine. So, we fought a person that looked something like that in the first game. The ruins are labyrinthian. The room on the left, for example, cannot be reached by conventional human means, unless that human is capable of jumping incredible distances. Warning, do not attempt to jump unless you are absolutely certain you can. Only a certified ninja or archaeologist can make the jump. Well, that's us. We made the jump. Oh. Unfortunately, the elevator's out of order. We cannot proceed. So that was the sound of a trap. Just getting introduced to traps and things. Let's go ahead and go in here. This is new. Sorry, but the shop's not open yet. I'm thinking of opening up once things calm down a bit. If you're inspecting the ruins, I'll give you a tip. You see that treasure chest outside the shop? It can be opened by hitting it from below. There's helpful stuff inside. And this guy has a picture of a giant on his wall. That's kind of interesting. His cloak looks like he is a 6th child. He's the 6th, the number 6, emblazoned on his brooch. Holy Grail. The chest above contains an artifact known as the Holy Grail. It is said that reading a Holy Grail tablet will record its location to the Holy Grail, allowing you to instantaneously recall your very being back to said location. It's a priceless artifact, so we ask the patrons not to handle it. And we know. Very simple way to open it. We just have to hit it from below. And now we have the Holy Grail. Uh-oh. You open the Holy Grail chest. That's a precious item on display, but it's necessary for the investigation, so what are you gonna do, huh? I'm a pretty laid-back guy, aren't I? If you have the Holy Grail, you can warp places. It's awesome. You know the Holy Grail tablet near my castle? The thing used for saving. You can warp to places where those are located. So it's basically a special item that you can use to come hang out with me. That is a pretty special item. We can actually come here. Now there is something up there. I can kind of make something out. It's glowing. Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't get that. At least I don't think we can get it. I'll give it like a try. Yeah. Can't get that yet. That's fine. Wow, this place really did collapse quite a bit. So you can see, yeah, we have like angled floors. That's new in this game. And we have some momentum from sliding as well. Pathway under construction following the collapse of the ruins, which I had nothing to do with, by the way. Feel free to crawl over the rubble and climb on the girders. Or, if you haven't figured it out by this point, they teach you that is climbable. And, oh yeah, we remember this puzzle. You can sort of see the outline of a puzzle that used to be here. And I think we will go... Oops. Oh my, this bat hit me. Can we get up this thing? That is interesting. So I don't think that's supposed to happen. I think this is like a weird glitch. But you can sort of glitch into the floor there. So this is not to say that La-Mulana 2 is without bugs. It still has some. I definitely do not think you're supposed to be able to do that. So, let's just leave. Mausoleum of the Giants ahead. There's a number 2 here, but we can't read that. I'm not sure if we need to know any La-Mulanese. I'm sure there's an assumption that you don't actually know it. That was one of the puzzles in the first game, was figuring out how to read those signs, which number was which. Mausoleum of the Giants. This section of the ruins contains monuments to the Giants race, the second children. The extensive damage to the Mausoleum of the Giants is still under repair. Please watch your step. So we're still in the tutorial area, basically. Even though this is the Mausoleum of the Giants, it's not really considered a separate area. Looks like there's almost like a little engine or something in there. The Nebra Sky Disk, an astronomical mural with carvings of the sun, moon, and stars. It can be inferred that the forerunners who lived in the La-Mulana ruins had a sophisticated grasp of astronomy. The mural contains records of successful communication between the forerunners and extraterrestrials. Is that what it contains? Alright, interesting. So there's the elevator that we saw earlier, but it doesn't seem like that's working. Cursed tablet. The tablet ahead is cursed. It's said that those who dare read it twice will meet with misfortune. It was relocated here for safety, as all signs suggest its curse is still active. Warning, do not read under any circumstance. So, just like in the original La-Mulana, that is the way that you activate hard mode. We're not going to activate hard mode. This game is hard enough without doing that. So just like the first game, we have the ability to get experience points, represented by those green orbs. And when we get those green orbs, it will fill up the blue bar in the top left. If that blue bar fills up, we'll get a full heal. Otherwise, the experience points don't do anything. Zebu statue. He led the 9 giant siblings. Zebu is the eldest brother, said to have attempted to maintain peace between his siblings throughout the conflict. This may be why he is immortalized as a figure holding up the earth. So, he used to be able to stand on his knee. It doesn't look like we can do that anymore. Hey, Zebu. So, in the original game, figuring out which giant was which was a puzzle, but, you know, not going to do the same thing twice, of course. So it's just telling us, hey, that's Zebu, in case you're curious. Yeah, the Elder made this a pretty nice place to tour around. It looks like you made it to the Mausoleum of the Giants. Monsters have been spotted just a bit further down. Just to be safe, write down this in your notes. You can save on this by pressing the up button. And here we are. It doesn't look like a Grail tablet, but it actually is. And whenever we walk through that, that's actually an autosave. So it's a nice, nice little effect. Magella and Fudo statue. Magella, Fudo, Bato, and Lido were known as the Star Giants. Their goal was to leave the ruins and venture to space. Murals have been unearthed that suggest they communicated with extraterrestrials. Neat. Bato statue, said to have been the first to fall in battle against the Moon Giants. And we're seeing another new feature of this game, which is areas that are a bit longer than a normal screen. I made it deeper in the ruins than Ed Roach. It's not so bad being a skeleton. I've made lots of friends. Look at all the roaches. Lido statue, said to have been killed when stabbed through the chest by the Moon Giant's socket. Theories suggest that she wanted to escape to the surface not only out of principle, but because she dreamed of seeing the sun. Note, Lido's statue is undergoing repair. The head is less complete than at the time of discovery, and research into restoring it is underway. So I think this statue used to have a head. Guess it doesn't have a head anymore. We can still climb up here. There used to be something in that chest. That used to be a puzzle. But, you know, not anymore. So these skeletons are actually Kickstarter backers. One of the Kickstarter rewards was having a skeleton somewhere in the ruins. Ooh, and the music has faded. So let's see what's over here. Statues in this room are of a group of giants known as the Moon Giants. This one, Rebu, was executed for colluding in the Star Giants' rocket development plan. Oh no. This is a G statue. Moon Giants. Those who wanted to remain living in these lands of La-Mulana revolted against the Star Giants. It's said that the Moon Giants prayed for the conflict to come to an end. Alright, and so we killed a mini-boss there. Well, I guess he ran away. Socket statue. Socket is attributed with sparking the conflict between the Giants when he attacked Leto. The tale of how he embedded a key imbued with his power into Leto's body before falling into slumber continues to captivate imaginations generations later, but Socket's motives remain a mystery. P.S. Socket's statue is under repair. So, Socket is this guy. That was the boss. We killed him. And here's Samaranta. What a great help. I think. You defeated the squirrel monster? What impressive power. My apologies. Fighting is not exactly my forte, so I stayed hidden. My name is Samaranta. I am one of the 7th children, and I was once one of the 4 philosophers. However, as one of the younger members, I've been assisting in post-collapse inspection and restoration of the ruins. I had planned on visiting the Fairy Queen, who still resides in secret deep within this palace. But at the rate of repairs, doesn't look set to finish remotely soon. The elevator above has been repaired. It connects to the Gate of Guidance, so pass through the gate and head to the Gate of Illusion. There you shall meet with another of the 4 philosophers, Phobos. It is believed that the phenomenon occurring in the ruins has something to do with the Egg-Lana ruins, aka the other side of La-Mulana. That huge squirrel seems to have warped here to the Mausoleum of the Giants from somewhere else. But if it came from Egg-Lana, then the cause of these problems may also lie there as well. And the gate up there opens. Abudo statue. The last giant to have lived, credited with leaving a record of the giant's history to the future. P.S. Abudo's statue is under repair. Poor Abudo. So here would have been the entrance to where the Fairy Queen was, but doesn't look like we can get in there now. Let's try going up the elevator. And now we can get through. There's a skeleton. There we go, and we get a full heal. So that's a well-timed heal. And we get a nice transition. Yep, and so now we're in the Gate of Illusion, or in the other side of La-Mulana, as they say. And we vaguely remember this place. This area came maybe a third or halfway through the game. This area also is a little bit condensed. And we have this thing right here. Phobos. Who are you? Ah, it's the daughter of the man who solved the mystery of the La-Mulana ruins, I see. I am Phobos, of the 4 philosophers. Since being freed from La-Mulana ruins, and completing my duty as a philosopher, I've been living here. I'm trying to recreate the ruins that were destroyed and the relics that were lost when your father solved said mystery. Anything I'm able to properly recreate, I send off to the shops in these ruins. So do me a favor and buy whatever you can. You could just give it to me. I've received most of the pertinent details from Samaranta. It seems that monsters have begun appearing in La-Mulana once again. With the defeat of the entity known as the Mother, the La-Mulana ruins were supposed to have become simply that, just ruins. The monster spotted by Samaranta apparently had the ability to move freely through space. That leads us to believe that it came from the lands of exile of Egg-Lana. We know nothing about it other than that it exists. I assume you have questions for me, yes? Sure, let's go ahead and get a little bit of summary of what's going on. Let's ask about the mother. The La-Mulana ruins were constructed inside the huge living entity known as the Mother. It is said to have fallen to this planet from the skies long ago and gave birth to its progeny for the purpose of creating a workforce to send it back to space. Those progeny are us, mankind. We four philosophers are of the seventh group to be born, known as the Seventh Children. We sought death for the Mother, who had continually destroyed each generation of her children. Anything else? What are the children? Children refers to the various races born from the Mother. Each race was created by the Mother in order to work to send her back to space, but upon realizing that each subsequent generation was flawed in some way, she systematically destroyed them. It is said that she bore 8 distinctive races, each of which was born inside the Mother and subsequently spread up above ground upon developing civilization inside the La-Mulana ruins. That is why the La-Mulana ruins are referred to as the cradle of all civilization. Well, I think we're caught up. You modern humans, by the way, are part of the group known as the Eighth Children. Your race was born in a life-giving machine called the Tree of Life, into which we, the Seventh Children, imbued our own memories and mind in order to create you. Eglana is known as a child of La-Mulana. The child reference brings something to mind. Step outside a second. Alright. This is called the child statue. I live here precisely because looking at this statue inspires my research. In the La-Mulana ruins, there isn't much else with a similar name, so look into it. Oopsie. My inspiration. Huh? The gate won't open. But let me try it. Ah, so little did we know there was a gate hiding behind the child statue the whole time. Huh, it opened. Huh, it would appear as though it will only open for those possessing the Mother's power. For a 7th child like myself, it's easily opened, but for an 8th child without the Mother's memories, such as yourself, I guess it can't be opened. I don't know exactly what brought you here, but I feel like it was fate. If the Eglana ruins that we philosophers were investigating really do lie behind these gates, then the entire world could be in grave peril. Ask, and you shall be given. Think, and you shall find. Words of wisdom for those wishing to face the ruins. Come see us philosophers if you have any trouble. Lend me your tablet before you go in. This is a type of software that records data left in the ruins. I developed it myself. You can find some of the microchips loaded with data. I suggest gathering. So we got the Ruins Encyclopedia. Ah, my inspiration. So, let's go ahead and take a look at our new app. We got the Ruins Encyclopedia. There we go. And we have a glossary. I guess there's nothing in the glossary yet. And that's the end of the tutorial, so... here we are in the Eglana ruins. And we get this beautiful scrolling intro, giving us an overview of the ruins. Roots of Yggdrasil. And now we have the Miss Explorer theme. This is Phobos. I just hacked your tablet so we can communicate. When investigating the ruins of La-Mulana, I picked up some information on the Eglana ruins as well. They're built similarly, so I'll fill you in on what I can find. Oops. So yes, above us, you'll see that there is a face. It does not look like the standard faces. One of the Kickstarter backings, other than skeleton, was to have a face of yours in the background carved into stone. So that's pretty cool. Welcome, denizen of the Mother's World. This is a world of fools at constant war. A land of battle, destined for ruin. Are you the harbinger of ruin, or did you simply flow in on the tide? You pitiful one, who will never know the freedom from struggle. And that is certainly setting the theme for this game. Alright, so we just got a glossary entry for the bat. New thing in this game is we have a glossary. It's gonna, every time we kill an enemy, it'll give us info. So we know that bats will sometimes drop coins. We know how much soul experience they give us and how much HP. What do you find in every dark cave? Bats. The La-Mulana Ruins, now a tourist attraction, is no exception. Bats aren't particularly dangerous, but they can be a nuisance when they get in your hair. They can be difficult to spot from hanging from the ceiling too. Not as difficult as they were in the original game, that's for sure, when they literally were the same color. And we get a Sacred Orb. And so when we kill enemies, they actually drop a little cartridge representing them. We're not going to look at every guide entry, because I think it'll slow down the game a bit. Maybe we'll take a detour later in the game to look at all of those. From the top down is the basics of ruin exploration. If you fall down to the bottom first and can't get back up, then you're screwed. That's true. Thank you, Mr. Skeleton. And here we made an interesting character. Villy. Who are you? This is La-Mulana, the land of exile where one can only wait for death. And this place itself is in the deepest levels of La-Mulana, the roots of Yggdrasil. Leave this place now if you value your life. Okay, so we're at the bottom, and they say the trick is to try to get to the top. Alright, well, it sounds like a good idea. Now, one of the things we saw in the opening looks like some of the ruins of have names. Someone give me a map. I'll seriously buy one. Yeah, like this Pikachu sort of falls off. Hurts himself. Pick the map. So, we can actually now see the map, and we get to find out the names of the runes. So this is the path to the roots. That could be interesting at some point. That guy's apparently a carbuncle. The Holy Grail revives memories of lands once visited. Hold it in hand and rouse those memories. Your very being shall be summoned there too. That's a skeleton, of course. The lower parts of these ruins are scary. I think I'll try exploring the upper parts first. Okay, time for a rest. For all eternity, that is. This is the roots of Yggdrasil, the roots that connect the world to the land of beginnings. And that gives us our save point, so I think that's a reasonable place to pause this video. And we'll return next time with more of the roots of Yggdrasil. I'll see you then.